Because in Deuteronomy 32, 1 through 3, it says the God came from Sinai, dawned from Seir, which is Palestine, and shined forth from Mount Paran. Okay? So if God came from Sinai, that's a direct reference to Moses. If he dawned from Seir, Jesus' ministry was 3 years in Palestine. Very clear who that's referring to. Who shined forth from Mount Paran, right? And he came with 10,000 saints with a fiery law in his hand. Okay, who might that be? Well, where is Paran? Okay, yet. And people argue about this all the time, but it's abundantly clear in the Bible. It says that when Abraham took Hagar and her son Ishmael out and left them in the wilderness of Paran, and he grew to be an archer, and then, so where is Paran? Mecca. Where did the prophet?
Thank you, sir. He said, the Bible ordered him to follow Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The Bible ordered him to follow him. And he mentioned some verses in the Bible. You understand? It's very easy to understand what I'm doing here, or what people like me are doing, or what we are talking about, if you can pick up your Bible and read it. If you can make search. I was talking to one of my family yesterday. I said to her, if not the social media. She said, and because of the social media, and somebody go put on there. I said, no, the information has been there. Nobody put it there because of social media. The information has been there. It's just that we were not fighting to access it, or we don't have a way to access it. Because this argument that we are making is very, very difficult, making that argument with someone that does not make research. I want us to continue listening to him.
Bible ordered me to follow the Prophet Muhammad, 50 to 100 verses in the Bible that are very just clear. It has to be the Prophet Muhammad. HMD in Hebrew, which would be similar to Arabic, could be Ahmed. The Ahmed of all nations will come, and he will do, his house will be greater than the former, which is switching from Jerusalem to Mecca. It calls in Deuteronomy 32, 1 through 3, it says the God came from Sinai, dawned from Seir, which is Palestine, and shined forth from Mount Paran. Okay, so if God came from Sinai, that's a direct reference to Moses. If he dawned from Seir, Jesus' ministry was 3 years in Palestine. Very clear who that's referring to. Who shined forth from Mount Paran, right? And he came with 10,000 saints with a fiery law in his hand. Okay, who might that be? Well, where is Paran? Okay, yet. And people argue about this all the time, but it's abundantly clear in the Bible. It says that when Abraham took Hagar and her son Ishmael out and left them in the wilderness of Paran, and he grew to be an archer, and then, so where is Paran? Mecca. Where did the prophet come from? Paran. Did he come with 10,000 saints and a fiery law? Yes. The Quran says they knew Muhammad better than, or they would recognize Muhammad easier than their own son. It's because the revelations that have been revealed were so clear, so concise, so perfect that you would have to be ignorant of them to reject him. Everything that's relevant in the Prophet's life is in the Bible.
MashaAllah. You see, if you read the Bible will point you to Quran. And by the time you start reading Quran, you will face off the Bible. Because Quran will tell you exactly what it is. Because I believe that when some information you'll be looking for and you want to get from the Bible is like, for example, if you are living in Lagos and you want to go to Abuja, then first of all, if you are reading the Bible, it will be like, first of all, you want to travel down to Enugu. Then when you get to Enugu, then you now negotiate Osun State. When you get to Osun State, you now negotiate back to Lagos. And now from Lagos, go to Abuja. You know, Quran is direct. There is a lot of, if you are reading the Bible, if you meant to read the Bible, just that we don't read. I just started reading a few years ago. I don't read. Because had it been I was reading, I would have found the truth easier and quicker. This man that you just listened to, he was a Christian, a priest for that reason. But he started reading. You see his narration, you see how he described it. Sorry over the poor quality of the video because I had to video it I had to screen record it. But see, focus on reading the Bible if you're a Christian. And as you are reading the Bible, keep Quran beside you so that you can navigate it and understand what I'm talking about. Because it's very difficult talking to people that don't do research. People that don't do research just tell you this is what they want you to do. This is not so we they do them. You see, but when you talk to people that make research, it's easier. See you guys on my next video.